Oh, heck no. I can definitely run faster than that. Let's turn up the heat a little bit and add some VFX. Okay, amigos, I don't know if you can run faster than me, obviously with the help of a little After Effects, but you can now definitely rotoscope faster than anyone else with this new tool from RunwayML. It's an amazing rotoscoping tool, so fast. I'm gonna demo for you how fast it performs, and I'm gonna show you how to use it. And remember that life is truly a gift. Make it count. All right, let's see how fast this goes. Whoa! Oh my goodness, there you go. It is completely rotoscoped. Compare that to rotobrush. It would have taken you at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe even 20. Amigos, head over to runwayml.com. And the first thing that you should know about this is it is completely web-based, which means that you don't have to install any software or any plugin on your computer. It runs 100% off the web. And just sign up. You can sign up for free. And once you do, log in. And this is your dashboard. And they have different models that you can use for video, for pictures. But what we'll do is just focus on the rotoscoping, which they call green screen. So let's go ahead and start editing. And you can see that this is my bin where I have my different video clips. You can see I use Runway to do the roto for the Justin Herbert music video that I did for the NFL. Now, one thing that I should tell you is, yes, I'm using it for football, but you can use it for people. You can use it on animals, on basically any moving object. And that is because this is based on machine learning or AI, and they have two different models. So this green screen model that they have is actually two models working at the same time. One is pixel recognition. It'll recognize the edges, detect the edges of the pixel. And number two is the contents. It knows that there is a moving object within the scene. So it's going to use the two models together to do this rotoscoping. And the cool thing is that they're always improving on this model. So it'll only get better and better from here. To get started, let's go to upload, and you can upload your video file. For example, this one. It's already uploaded, so I'm gonna hit cancel. Now I'm uploading a high-res MP4, anywhere between 16 to 20 megabits per second. But you can also import a QuickTime file with the Apple ProRes codec 422 or 444. In the future, you'll be able to upload an image sequence. For now, what I'm doing is I'm clipping it, the section that I need a rotoscope, and saving it as a high-res MP4. Now, I'm not so concerned about the MP4 because at the end of the day, I'm only going to export a black and white matte that I'm gonna bring back in After Effects. Once you upload your footage, what you can do is just click and drag either to the window or to the timeline. It'll open for you. Now there's a couple tools that you might be familiar if you use Photoshop, and that is the hand tool or the pan, so you can pan. The second one is the zoom, so you can zoom in or you can also zoom out. And you also have zoom in, zoom out here, and you have different presets, zoom to fit. And this is your timeline. Now to begin the rotoscoping, there's two main buttons that you're going to be using. Include, which is the area that you want to include, and exclude, which is the areas that you want to exclude. Now, what you can do is just you scrub through your timeline, you can pretty much start at the beginning. This one, it's good to start at the beginning, but we can start almost anywhere here towards the beginning, and just let's add some pins to include. So we want to say, let's just click here and see what happens. And you can see it did a good job. There's a couple areas. Let's zoom in and let me show you. There's a couple areas like the hair, that's the hand, and the shoe down here. We need to include that area as well. So let's go ahead. Let's add another pin for the hair. And it actually included the hand, and it also included the shoe now. Now notice that it added this diamond, which is a keyframe. Now we can also, if we want to delete it, we can hit it, we can click on it, and it'll just delete the keyframe. Let's undo, bring it back. Now if there's an area that you want to exclude, you just hit exclude, and again click it, and it'll be a red pin, and it'll exclude that area. What we'll do for now is, let's go ahead and let me zoom to fit. And once you are done selecting the area, hit preview, and the AI is going to work, and this is where all the magic will happen. And you can see how fast it was able to do this, and it's amazing. It's detecting the edges. The hair is having some trouble with the hair, but that is to be expected because hair is extremely difficult to do. Whether you're any form of rotoscoping, hair is always a pain. But what I'm going to try to do is add, let's see, let's add another keyframe. That actually was good. Let's go ahead and preview again. And then maybe here towards the end, what I'm going to do is, let's just add this and see what happens. Let's see. Okay. What I'm going to do is go ahead, zoom to fit. Let's preview again. You can see we have 3 keyframes. Now, if there is any area that you want to exclude, definitely you're going to hit exclude. This one was, you can see right here, perhaps we can exclude this little triangle, this little area. Let's see if it'll exclude it. Yeah, it did. So let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it removed that little pocket, that little area between my arm and my t-shirt. And let's hit preview once more. Okay, amigos, we'll leave it like that. Like I said, hair is extremely difficult. I'm not going for perfection in the hair, but if you want, you can go frame by frame and just click the area so it'll select that area. Once you are ready to export, hit export, and notice that we can change the background color. We can also put in our own color that we want. It's a gray. We can see it over an image. These are presets that they have. You can also import your own image. And the feature that I use is export the alpha channel, which is a black and white matte. Now, the dimensions of this footage is 1920 by 1080, but you can upload up to 4K resolution. Now, the free version, when you sign up, like I said, it's free. You are allowed to download in standard definition. If you want to download in HD or 4K, you need to get their monthly subscription, which is a paid service. But definitely check this out. Sign up for free. Check it out and see if this could be a tool that could be valuable to your toolkit. Now, once you're ready, all you're going to do is hit export video. And then here you can see that it's in progress and it's generating that black and white matte. And for example, this is one that I did yesterday. And once it's done, it'll pop in here. It'll populate in here. And all you do is click here and say download. And you just download that file. So let's go over to After Effects and let's import those 2 clips. So it's the black and white matte and also my footage. Let's hit import. I'm going to take my footage and bring it to the comp icon. And let's bring in our matte. Let's add it on top. Select the footage, and using track matte, if you don't see track matte, very easy. This button right here, or F4, will bring up the track matte. We're going to select your footage and select Luma Matte. And if we click on the transparency grid, you can see that, there you go. We have rotoscoped this out because we have the black and white matte. Now, what we'll do is let's rename this comp to matte. Let's bring it to the composition icon. And one thing, let's change the color of the background. Let's change it to a darker color so you can see. If we zoom in, you can see that the edges needs a little bit of cleanup, needs a little bit of work, but no problem because After Effects has an amazing plugin. Go to, make sure that the layer is selected, go to Effect, go to Matte, Refine Hard Matte. Let's add it. And what we'll do is a feather, let's make it 6. Contrast, drop it down to about 50. And the reduced chatter, I'll make it 25. Let's shift the edges inside about 30%. And maybe we can bump up the contrast to 60. I'm going to take out motion blur because there is no motion blur. And notice that if I enable the effect, you can see that it cleaned up the edges pretty nice. And decontaminate the edge colors. Let's go halfway. Or maybe 75. That's up to you. So play around with these values. If your clip has motion blur, definitely check off motion blur. This one, I shot it at a very high shutter speed, so there isn't much of a motion blur. If you want to shift the edges more, maybe just shift it -50 even more. But that is it. You can see that it's a lot smoother by using Refine Hard Matte. That is the trick. And now let's change the background color. Let's change the background color. Now that you have it roto, obviously you can go ahead and create effects. And you can keep doing this. And if I rotate, this is what we have. And yeah, let's check it out. And that is using Runway. You can see that it's pretty amazing how fast it's able to recognize and do the rotoscoping for you. Definitely use a Refine Hard Matte to smooth out the edges of that matte. It's going to need a little bit of refinement, but Refine Hard Matte should do an amazing job. If you're working with hair, then I recommend going to Refine Soft Matte. In my case, maybe I could have done it with my hair. This hair is getting pretty long, but it is truly an amazing tool for rotoscoping, and on top of it, it is 100% web-based. I'm excited to continue to use RunwayML. I already use it on several of my videos for the NFL. Definitely give it a shot, amigos. Let me know your thoughts. Would love to hear them. And remember that life is truly a gift. Make it count.